vans. I didn't like them when they were out in the 1960s, but I like them now. I think the reason why I like those little vans is because it reminds me of my childhood. I was born in '66. I grew up in the 70s. I remember in the 70s, those vans were all the craze, you know? They remind me of hippies too. And I personally, I like hippies. I like free-spirited people. And also anything that's from the 70s or the 80s, not only does it remind me of my childhood and my growing up, but it reminds me of happier times with my mom. And so I think because back then my mom was in her youth and she was strong and beautiful and kind and, you know, not like in latter years when she got sick, you know. So I think it's a happy time that I remember, and I think that's why I like those little vans. So after we leave here, we're going to go to Home Depot because the hose that takes the water from the laundry room, from the faucet in the laundry room to the kitchen, to the fridge in the kitchen. The heck? The mirror. The mirror just bumped the blue thing there. Joe was too close. I got scared.
I'm close to this one.
I got scared just now. I was like, what the hell did that come from? By the way, I think I figured out this camera, how to hold it up with rubber bands so that it doesn't keep falling in my face. Joe sitting next door where Joe owned, Smith's Complete Health Store. So now he calls that one Smith's too. We're up here in Rialto where Jessica broke down the other day. By the way, Jessica reached. She got in late last night. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning their time, which was 11 my time. I wanted to call her because I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning my time, finishing up that video for the DITL for the cooking channel. I wanted to put that video up before 8 o'clock in the morning East Coast time, so that's why I was up that late. I only slept 5 hours, so that's why I'm like so wonky today. But I'll get some good sleep tonight. Today and tomorrow are the only 2 days that I have time to get anything done. And tomorrow I have a guest coming to the house to cook with me. It's the guy that put Jada in his magazine, the one that got Jada the gig. That's coming up August the 12th. If you're within the sound of my voice in California, guys, would you please come and support Jada? I hope that I can go because it'll only be 10 days after the surgery. And I hope that I can sit up that long and enjoy her sing. I'm not going to stay for the whole concert because Jada will sing more towards the beginning and I'm going to have to leave and probably not stay for the whole thing. Joe, we have to buy our tickets. Me, you, and Josh will have to buy tickets because I don't think that lady's going to let the whole darn family in for free.
How much for it?
$10 each. It's only Jada and Colin that gets to go in for free.
$18.
No, 10. And you know, when it comes to people, our people, they will shame you. Let me tell you what happened one time. I went, remember when we had the movie premiere? The movie that I was in? So those guys, Ja and Faron, called me and they were like, you can bring 2 guests and Jada can bring 2 guests. So I said, okay, I'm gonna take Joe, I'm gonna take Mario as my 2 guests because I get to go in free too because I was in the movie. So Jada's song was in the movie, so she got to invite 2 people. So she invited Colin and who else, babe? It was Colin and somebody else that she took, huh?
Sure.
No, I paid for Sherry's ticket. I forgot who Jada took, but we didn't have Jada's space to use. When we got there, the sister to those boys, I don't think she was made aware of what was happening. So when I got up to the ticket booth, I told her, I said, you know, they're with me, and John Foran said that I can bring 2 guests with me. And she pitched a fit. She was like, no, you're gonna have to pay for one, and she wanted me to pay for Mario. Thank God Mario was not in earshot because it was so embarrassing for me. It was embarrassing for me, and I'm like, look, can you just please let us in and I'll deal with it with John Farron. If they say I have to pay, that it was only 2 people that could come and it's not the fact that I can bring 2 people, I'll clear it up with them and I'll pay them. They know I'm good for it, right? I'm always a sponsor to everything that they do. And she was adamant. She's like, no, you're gonna have to pay. And oh my God, my ears got hot with embarrassment. I got angry. Everything else was coming on me. And so I talked to her between my teeth, you know, like when your mom's pissed. And I said, look, I'm not paying for anybody to come in. I sponsor this damn movie. And if this is the way you're going to treat your sponsors, you need to be reschooled. I really got pissed. And so she let me in. Thank God Mario had no clue what was going on because he was off there, because I sent Joe, you know, stay over there, talk to Mario. And so they didn't give Jada any trouble to bring in her guests but me. And so I always remember that. And I know that our people, black folks, they will shame you at the gate if you want to get in for free. That's why when Jessica said, you want to go to Sherry Shepherd stuff, but I didn't have the money to go, right? And she's like, why doesn't Sherry put you on a list of people that can come in free? I mean, you're her diehard fan. And I said, no, I don't want her to do that. If I'm going to support Sherry, I want to pay my own way. Because if she's coming to anything that I'm inviting her to, you know, I want her to be able to come in and pay her own way too if she comes to this thing for Jada, right? Nobody gets a free pass. I said, plus, when I've been to Sherry Shepherd's play, she always jokes and she says, if you don't like what I've produced today, come back and get your money, but keep in mind that half of you in here have come in for free. I was like, she'll never get a chance to say that about me. I pay my own way. And I think she's totally joking, but my mom taught me a long time ago that people will joke and tell you the real things that they want to tell you in a joke. That's why I don't play around with jokes. I don't get sarcasm. I don't play around with pranks and jokes and roasts. I don't like roasts, you know, when you stay there and you clown people. I don't like that type of stuff because I feel like people tell you what's really on their mind when they're trying to tell you a joke. So I don't play that, you know? So, yeah.
Restaurant is
Right here? There was a restaurant? I know there's a shoe store.
850, Prodesh, 850.
I'm gonna go look for Mr. Denfield. They're right there. Not a hide at all, I see you. I see your head top. I see your head top. Look at Mr. Denfield. He always, you starch damn pants or something?
Yeah, I use starch on my clothes.
You use starch still? You always look on point.
What do you do?
Can I'm videotaping you?
No,
Show how you look. Gorgeous. I like your socks.
yeah.
You open a brand new pair every day? How do you keep them not from getting soggy? And
Starch
yaga
it?
yaga. You starch that too? Mr. Denfield, can you say hi to my viewers? This is Mr. Denfield. We don't have to give your last name.
Mr. Denfield from Cookie Tree.
From Cookie Tree? Everybody already know your last name. Jill it or till it.
Let me go get this stuff. I'm gonna get stuff like this. No,
Yes.
I just bleach them.
You just no, but they don't get like stretchy. Every time I call you, you look on point.
Every so often I change them, you know. But
You look like you got a Catholic school. You know how to dress good.
I was a policeman in the evening.
Oh, okay. There you go. That answer all the questions. Say hi to my viewers.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. I've known that gentleman for quite a few years now, Mr. Denfield, that works here. He's the only other person besides my dad and my brother that I've ever heard with that name, Denfield. Yeah, Joe, so Mr. Denfield always dressed with his little short pants, nicely creased and starched, and his little white socks like he went to Catholic school, and they don't have any kind of give to them, you know. I don't think he wears the socks after they get stretched out, you know.
Yeah.
And his afro is always on point.
I give the man to buy a new wig, you know.
He works hard.
Work hard, you
His
know.
daughter's doing well for herself. I'm happy when I see people successful like that, you know. Ugh. I never thought I could see a man uglier than Donald Trump, but I saw it today. Rudy Giuliani. Oh my God, that man is so ugly. He's got the most ugliest teeth, the shape of his head, his cocky laugh. Oh my God, why did they ever call him New York's mayor? After 9/11, that's what they were calling him, right? I never liked that man. Wasn't he married to like his own first cousin or something like that for 14 years? Nasty. All of them are so nasty. So Sean Spicer, I guess, brought out a book. And right when he was supposed to go on the junket to tour to promote his book, somebody brought out something about him being a racist, and he is like fit to be tied. I'm there for it, because even if he's not a racist, guess what? We already believe he is, so who cares? So Diana, my darling, I'm sorry to break the news to you, but I do not like small dogs. I just can't stand little dogs. I just like big, massive dogs. I'm afraid of them, but I like big, massive dogs. I don't like small dogs. Their bark irritate me. Excuse you, Joe's yelling over there. Their barks irritate me. They're just like so like overly protective of their owners, and I just kind of look at them like that. The only small dog that I can tolerate is the one for Mario, because when he comes, he's not barking up a storm and stuff, and he just wants to sleep and look out the window and sit on Joe's lap to watch whatever he's doing on the computer. So we can tolerate Norman. But other than that, I'm not a small dog type of person. I don't like cats. I would never ill-treat an animal, but cats are not for me. You know, they scare me. They're always like, they're on the back of the furniture or on the windowsill. They're always somewhere where they're not supposed to be, and they spook you. So I don't like cats. Jessica arrived safely, yes. So she has a lot to do to unpack the truck and sign paperwork with the realtor and then she has to fly back. So she says she's coming back Wednesday. I hope she does, because she has to leave on Friday for good out of that house with Grandpa Ron, and she still has a lot of junk there. Can you guys believe? They still have a lot of junk. I kind of knew that was going to happen though, because that happened with my dad towards the end. And also I saw what was left in Jessica's living room and in the kitchen, and I was like, there's no way she can pack all these things and leave. She said the truck was packed to capacity. To capacity. So thank God she got there safely though. They had to do a lot of night driving because it's been so darn hot. We're gonna go figure out what to eat for dinner. I had like a big lunch. Let me tell you my big lunch. I had the leftover sandwich that Joe didn't eat yesterday at the beach, and then I had some watermelon. I think that's why I'm full. I ate a ton of watermelon because it's getting ready to go bad. Whenever it's on certain shelves in the fridge, it'll get like that frostbitten look, and that really makes me angry because I didn't even have time to eat that good watermelon and it's going bad already, right? So I just ate a ton of it today. It is on me. A lot of water is on me, but eventually, like tonight, you know, it'll come off me. But for right now, it's doing what it needs to do to clean up my organs. Lucy, I know you sent me some emails saying look at this video something pertaining to an apron. I'll go take a look. I sewed that, well, I didn't sew. Joe sewed that bag organizer today. I just cut. And we delivered it. Well, we went to the post office. Let me tell you what that girl at the post office did. That Indian one, the Pakistani girl. You know I can't stand that woman, right? But I've had to deal with her over the past couple of weeks because every time I go in there, the other girls are doing passports. So I go up to the counter. The last time she was like really sickly sweet with us. So this time she was just semi-sickly sweet. And so I asked her kindly if she would put Fragile on the stuff that I'm sending for Helen, because I don't want them to break up the powder buns, right? And she says, oh sure, no problem. The minute she put all the stamp and labeled it and priced it and everything, she did like this to put it in the bin. Instead of walking around the counter and put it in the bin because it says Fragile, she does like this, boom, and the whole thing went flying. And I said, that's how they handle Fragile? I said, that's why my mama always told me, don't put anything on your box that says Fragile, because they will destroy it just because it says Fragile. And she goes, well, we can put Fragile on it all we want, and you know, we try to take extra care, but if you really want us to take extra care, there's another $10 fee. I said, what? I think that's highway robbery right there. And I said, the thing says Fragile and you just willfully just let it go. This is the kind of stuff that I can't stand about this girl, okay? Because the other workers would not do that. They would walk around and put that thing, at least they would do that in front of my face. Now what they do after I leave, I don't know. Or what the other workers do, I don't know. But they would not let it go and fall and just splatter like that. You know, nothing came out, of course, but it just like boom. I was like, oh my God, Helen, I hope your powder buns arrive intact. You'll be getting them powder buns like Wednesday or Thursday, right when your girl is undergoing the surgery, and I know you'll be thinking of me and praying for me. You guys, I'm starting to get kind of scared. Not like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Not like that, but kind of like, oh my God, I wish that they didn't have to put me under and just let me stay awake. I've had other family members that have had surgeries where they are awake while the surgery is going on, and they try to compare that to what I'm gonna go through, and I'm like, there's no comparison. You've never gone on the general, until you've gone on the general anesthesia and you can't wake up and you can't breathe on your own. Or let me rephrase that, you are awake. You are awake mentally, but you can't wake up physically. You're still paralyzed. Until you've gone through that, you cannot compare anything to what I'll be facing, because it is a scary situation. You feel like you're a zombie, I guess. You know, like in Haiti when they blow that powder on you and pretty soon you can't move. That's how you feel. And it is scary because you want to make sure that they know that you're aware, and you want to wake up. That's like the most important thing that you want to do, is wake up, and you just can't wake up. You can't move anything, your eyelids or nothing. So I don't want to have to go through that. The only reason I'm not like panic stricken is because they already told me they're not going to use the drug that I can't have. But the reason I'm meeting with anesthesia on Wednesday is because I want to find out if the drug that he is going to use, if I have the same, you know, symptoms or the same reaction, if he's going to go ahead and, you know what to do. I need for him to know what to do, have a plan of action, that if that happens, how he's going to wake me. And so I'm not going to let fear overcome me. You know, I always tell you guys, you can't stop the birds from flying above your head, but you can stop them from building a nest in your hair. So what that means is you can't stop the thoughts from coming, the fearful thoughts, But once you see that they're sitting upon you and you're getting paralyzed with fear, you're gonna have to shoo them birds out of your hair, okay? Because you can't live your life paralyzed with fear. I always take precaution, and I know you guys laugh at my stuff, but not, you know, not to clown me, of course, because my sweet Julie finds it so funny. But I bet you Julie and Chris are paying attention, right, when I talk about if you get kidnapped, what to do. My mom was the one that taught me that stuff, but I'd rather do everything as a precaution rather than a cure. And so that's why I'm going through with this surgery, because I've been sick for too long. Since the ending of 2015, I've been sick with all these digestive issues, and I thought at first that it was because of the stress of my mom being sick and the possibility of losing her. And then later on, you know, they said it was stomach related, but they know what it was. And it could be the gallbladder, but maybe not, because they did not see gallstones. Then they saw polyps, then the polyps went away. Oh God, what's going on with my gallbladder? I don't know. But the doctor says I'm suffering from biliary dyskinesia, which means all this painful flare-up. And that the best thing to do is take out the gallbladder. And I've only listened to the people who have given me a good story. They've had good results with taking out their gallbladder. That's the people that I choose to listen to, because I choose to believe that I'm going to go down that same path where my liver is going to kick in and do what it needs to do to offset the fact that there's no gallbladder, and that I'm going to be stronger and better than before, and I can even lose even more weight because I can eat more healthily than what I've been eating, because I really have not been eating healthy. I mean, sourdough bread and egg and maybe a strip of bacon now and again, because I don't eat the bacon every day. Those peppers, white rice, and chicken, and that's about it. You know, watermelon and grapefruit, and now oranges I've added to the menu. So I've not been eating from a wide variety of things, and that's not healthy for anyone. I really and truly need to start eating other healthy options, right? So anyways, let me go back to this pantry again and put away this stuff. I hope you guys like the show that I've produced with the pantry tour. Look, Damien came. Oh, she already said hi. She already came and said hi to Damien.
Still sort of acts like she doesn't.
I still have that picture of when you were leaving for college holding Wednesday as a baby, when all of you guys were there. Yeah, standing right there. I have to find it one day and show it. Josh, let me tell you something freaky that happened with this camera. I was at the beach, right? I was watching the footage, and the footage, you know, it was light enough because the sun was out. And then all of a sudden in the footage, it's like, click, somebody turned on a light switch. I'm like, how will you turn on a light switch outside in the sun already? I'm like, you hear the click, you hear click, like somebody turned on a light switch. When I was editing the footage, it was showing up there. I'm like, what the hell? You know what it was? You know how the lens sometimes don't open all the way? It opened, so it clicked, and then it gave me more light. I thought it was a ghost. I was like, what the hell? Hey, don't be eating no sugary treats. Old man, you're 60. We don't want you to get back pre-diabetic. Make us see what to eat there. Okay, that's about a serving, thereabouts. Look, I control this right here. Right here. Alright guys, I put back everything in the pantry that I want to go back in the pantry. The rest of the stuff is crap. I don't care what Joe says. Joe, all this crap has to go. Right here. What tea? I'm going to throw away all these tea. This is your tea, yeah. What, the rest of this crap can go? Well, when she comes, we're going to have a talk. So Damien came down for a little surprise visit.
Like fixing a dryer.
So she's coming home after 9. So are we going to ride down there and see what she's doing on the job?
I thought that was clean.
Huh? Where's the man trash can, the pink trash can where we hide the coins?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen that in a while.
I told him it was on that sewing machine. All the clutter moved to the sewing machine. What?
You know, did they?
It's somewhere. Look on your desk. No? Did you guys see? Damien came for a visit. He didn't even know I was having surgery. Jada's fired. She's not on the job anymore. So he's leaving the day of the surgery. But he came in for something else, and he didn't even know they had a gig. But he's not going to be doing the gig anyways, because it's just that small thing. 3 songs, yada yada. You guys? I'm tired. I went a bit.
Dad, come on.
Another day. Just let me see how the thing look, cause this living room dark.
You look bright. The TV is helping out a lot.
Okay. Bye guys. That is being annoying. Bye guys. See you next vlog. Yeah, daddy, in a kimono. Get that, Papa?